Hello and welcome to F1 Livery Histories, the channel where we take a look back at the different paint jobs, racing trims and sponsor decals adopted by respective Formula 1 teams throughout the eras. Today we'll be taking a look at the first ever championship winning team in Formula 1 World Championship history. A storied Formula 1 constructor, with an illustrious history steeped in Italian racing heritage, Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Automobile Company was inaugurated in Milan in 1910 by French investor and engineer Alexandre Darac. Alfa's first ever vehicle to come off the production line was the Giuseppe Morozzi designed 24 HP, which was powered by a single block 4.1 litre engine. In 1915, the company came under the direction of entrepreneur Nicola Romeo, subsequently resulting in the company changing its name to Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo would win its first prestigious motor race in 1924, when a young Enzo Ferrari triumphed at the inaugural Coppa Acerbo. In 1925, Alfa Romeo produced the iconic P2, which steered the manufacturer to victory in the very first World Manufacturers' Championship, with race wins attained at Spa-Francorchamps and Monza. The P2 would later be driven to victory at the prestigious Targa Florio by Achille Varzi. During the early 1930s, Alfa Romeo would build the very first single-seater Grand Prix racing cars in the Tipo 8 and P3 models. The company would also achieve a run of 4 successive wins at Le Mans from 1931 until 1934. Alfa Romeo would continue to produce Formula 1 cars up until the Second World War, namely the 8C35, Tipo 308, as well as the legendary Alfetta, a vehicle which would produce outstanding results for the team throughout the immediate post-war era. Giuseppe Farina, piloting the Alfetta 158, became the very first World Drivers' Champion in Formula 1 history, as Alfa Romeo remained unbeaten in Europe in championship races throughout season 1950. In 1951, Alfa Romeo repeated their success, as Juan Manuel Fangio was crowned world champion, piloting the Alfetta 159 model. However, due to the financial difficulties in post-war Italy, Alfa Romeo would withdraw from Formula 1, concentrating on running works teams in touring car and sports car events throughout the 1960s and 70s. Among other victories, Alfa Romeo would become Trans Am champions in 1966 and 1970, as well as World Sports Car Manufacturers champions in seasons 1975 and 1977. In 1976, Alfa Romeo would become engine suppliers for the Brabham Formula 1 team, collecting 2 wins with the team during their 4-year association. During 1977, Alfa Romeo made the decision to return to Formula 1 as a bona fide constructor after more than a quarter of a century away from the sport. So begins our retrospective on the modern incarnations of the Alfa Romeo racing concern. Alfa Romeo's official return to Formula 1 in 28 seasons took place at the 1979 Belgian Grand Prix, where Bruno Giacomelli piloted a singular flat 12-powered 177 chassis for the event, designed by Carlo Chitti, which was painted in a deep shade of Rosso Corsa, the international racing colour of Italy. The car also came with sponsorship from the Italian auto electrical company, Scaini, whilst fuel and tyres were supplied to the team by Agip and Goodyear. Later in the season, the team would begin racing again on a full-time basis, expanding to a 2-car operation, with Vittorio Brambilla joining Giacomelli on driving duties. The team would debut the V12-powered 179 chassis at that year's Italian Grand Prix, along with a new livery, which featured an even darker primary shade of Italian racing red, highlighted with racing trim comprised of the Italian national colours of red, white and green. In 1980, the team would receive backing from the Philip Morris tobacco tycoon, which saw the 179 repainted in the colours of Marlboro cigarettes, complete with Marlboro's trademark chevron at the front of the vehicle. Marlboro branding would feature extensively on the car in black text. The team's title sponsor would revert to an alternative visual identity at tobacco ban races. 1980 was also the season Alfa Romeo's patented cloverleaf logo would make a return to the livery, seen on the car's engine casing. However, the season would also bear tragedy for the team, as Patrick Depailler was killed during practice for the United States Grand Prix. The 179 was retained once again heading into 1981, as the team switched to Michelin rubber. Bruno Giacomelli would secure the modern Alfa team its first podium position by finishing 3rd at the Caesars Palace Grand Prix. In 1982, the team debuted the 182 chassis, which again competed with Marlboro branding, along with additional sponsorship from Italian skiwear brand Nordica. In 1983, Alfa Romeo made the change to turbocharged power, constructing the Gerard Ducourage and Mario Tolentino designed 183T, which was driven by Andrea de Cesaris to a pair of second-place finishes at the German and South African rounds of the season. Nonetheless, this would prove to be the final season that Alfa Romeo would race in partnership with Marlboro, as the team was set for a sponsorship turnover heading into season 1984. In 1984, Alfa Romeo hit the track with a new title sponsor, in clothing chain Benetton, resulting in a team livery that met Benetton's company green with Alfa Romeo's classic red scheme for the Goodyear shod 184T. Benetton's green would become the team's new primary colour, enveloping the majority of the car's bodywork, whilst Alfa's Rosso Corsa was seen diagonally alongside Benetton branding across the side pods, as well as upon the nose cone. Benetton would also promote its Sicily brand upon the car's wings, which were shaded in black. In 1985, the team produced the 185T chassis. However, the car was susceptible to poor reliability and was retired midway through the season in favour of the revised 184TB. The 1985 season was a difficult year for the team, which ultimately led to the withdrawal of Alfa Romeo from Formula 1 at the conclusion of the season. Following their withdrawal from the sport, Alfa Romeo would supply engines to the Osella Formula 1 team from 1983 until 1987. In 1987, Alfa Romeo became an official part of the Fiat Group, joining forces with their longtime compatriots Ferrari. During its time away from Formula 1, the company would continue to direct its attention to sports car competition, taking out the DTM and BTCC Manufacturers' Championships in 1993 and 1994 respectively, as well as achieving a hat-trick of European Touring Car Championship wins from 2000 until 2002. In late 2017, the Sauber Formula 1 team announced a multi-year technical and commercial partnership with Alfa Romeo, paving the way for the return of the Alfa Romeo brand in Formula 1. For 2019, the team was officially renamed Alfa Romeo Racing, marking the re-emergence of Alfa Romeo as an official Formula 1 constructor. The team first hit the track with a special edition Valentine's Day themed livery for the all-new Sauber-engineered C38 during pre-season testing. Upon commencement of the season proper, the team unveiled a red and white combination, accentuated with horizontal blue trim. Sponsorship came in the form of Adler, Giulia, Stelvio, Carrera, Singer, Richard Mill and Axet Taylor, along with the team's technical partners Pirelli and Shell, whilst Sauber Engineering also appeared on the car's side pods in blue text. Kimi Raikkonen would secure the new Alfa Romeo team its first points at the season opener in Australia. And so, with the Alfa Romeo name having been ceremoniously re-established on the Formula 1 grid, here ends our retrospective on the long and glorious history of Alfa Romeo.